Okay, we are going to finish taking everything apart. We have the center stand to take off, and there is a brake light switch in the back. So let's get started on that. And these are 17 millimeter bulbs. These are very hard to find too. Well, they're expensive. So we are obviously keeping these. They're particular type of bulbs with pins built in. Keep that. The brake switch is right here. Hopefully that is good. And take a look at that. And after tearing this apart, I am telling you, we are probably 20% done. And it seems like it's a daunting task. Don't worry about it. It is. It goes together so quickly, so smoothly. So, it will be very quick and easy. And we will methodically take everything. We will methodically look at everything, clean everything, and start putting it back together. And when we are done, this bike is going to be better than new. And and these are the bolts. They just have shoulders on them, and really kind of hard to find. It basically has an aircraft nut on it. Yeah. I'm telling you, these things will clean up very nicely. Well, let me just clean it one. I'll show you. So I'll clean up this one. I'm going to spend 30 seconds. This is one I just cleaned up. I just wire wheeled it. It will look so. And I'm gonna, like I said, I got a kit for CAD plating it. So for Caswell, we're gonna see how well that works. I've never used it before, so I'm gonna video all of that. So I'm not really trying to calculate everything we can. So that was the snap I had on there. So here's the center stand. Here is the spring for the center stand. Here's the center stand. It is so nasty. And here is the last item to take off, and that is this tape. And that is the brake light switch. So the brake light switch is normally held on with 10mm. Looks like it's held on, but actually boy, that is once you have the transmission installed, it is so hard to get access to that. Getting access if this is a flathead, I mean, it's. I understand that they have those bits that you can put on. That is just such a nightmare. And I don't know why it's not like a hex. Wow. Yeah, it's just like a little screw. I mean, it's. I'm not saying it's not original. It's probably original. Wow, that being held on is crazy. So this is the brake switch. We are going to see if it works. We will see right now, actually. I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to clean this up slightly. So just hold the phone. Okay, let's take a look at this switch. This is the brake light switch. So when that lever accentuates it, it'll push this in. So let's see if it works. We will check. So I'm turning on the ohm meter. It shows 0 resistance right now. So it is normally in a depressed position. So the lever is normally depressed. When you push on the brake pedal, it releases and it opens. Well, actually, it closes the circuit at that point. So right now there's infinite resistance, and right now there's not. So the switch works. It is the original switch. It is in beautiful condition. We're going to keep it. And I have, and when we were reviewing our fuse panel that broke in the headlight when we're taking it apart, we can't use that. And here's the problem. I mean, it is just, they're so fussy, they are so fragile, and they are so prone to problems, and they're so untrustworthy. So I bought one. This is incredibly robust. Each there are 6 independent circuits, so there's more than enough, and it is in well in going
So the bike is completely taken apart. We have everything. And what we are going to do next is clean the frame. I've actually already popped out the races. I popped out one of the races. I'll pop out the other one right now. I popped out one of the races for the bearings. I popped out the bottom one. I'm going to pop out the top one. And it is, unfortunately, it is brute force. I am using in essence, a chisel. And so So this is the bearing race. We're going to put new ones in. Well, hold on. I'll show you what they look like. So we're going to be replacing this bearing race. Here's the bearing I already bought. Here's the bearing. Here's the new race. Here's the bearing. And it will go on really smoothly, actually. So we will do that. So the next video, I'm going to actually work on cleaning the frame. That is the first start. So we need to get it so that the bike is, we can stand the bike up again. So it's cleaning the frame, cleaning the center stand. Those are the first two things that really get put on. And we will then install the front forks. Obviously, everything's got to get cleaned. It's got to get sanded, most likely media blasted, painted, and clear coated. So that is actually that's probably the way we're going to go. Again, it doesn't really take that long. I mean, it is. It looks like you look at that frame, and think, "Wow, that frame is going to take forever," but it won't. And I'm going to do it in my front yard. I don't have a I don't have a lot of space. I don't really want to do it in the backyard. I will say this though, I have a compressor. I have a 60-gallon compressor. I understand most people don't have a 60-gallon compressor. It is. I used to have well, I think I still have a 20-gallon compressor. It just takes so much longer to media blast, and that's really what I use it for. I tried to actually do painting with it as well, and it just never turned out right. It is. I know you see videos about rattle can paint jobs. You can make those things look spectacular, and we can on this, especially when we're doing a two-part system. So we're going to do the paint, and we're going to do the clear coat. So it is. It will be a mirror finish, and it's really kind of easy to get a mirror finish. For pinstriping, I use the vinyl tape. I'm not really a pinstripe guy anyway. It is. I am going to pinstripe the tank a little bit. I'll pinstripe the fenders as well. I understand that there's elaborate pinstriping, and you can get that done. People will pinstripe over top of clear coat as well. That is not a problem. So if you want to paint it and have somebody pinstripe afterwards, that's fine. If you want to paint the tank, then have somebody pinstripe it for you, and then come back and clear coat it, that's fine too. I called up probably 3 or 4 different paint shops, and 2 of them said, "Yeah, we pinstripe." just bring the tank in. So, but again, I'm not necessarily a pinstripe guy. It is I'll pinstripe the fenders and I'll do a little bit on the tank. That's about it. It's an absolute beautiful tank, so it will look beautiful. Fenders are going to be most likely white with black pinstriping. The tank will be black with white pinstriping, and I'm going to order tires tomorrow. Tires take like 3 or 4 days to get in. I have a shop that'll put them in for like $20, $25, and they'll balance them. They'll do everything. They'll put the tubes in. They'll do everything. It is. It's just really not worth it for me to do that. These tires are incredibly hard. Sometimes when you're trying to take tires off that are incredibly hard, especially on motorcycle tires, and especially on tires that have spokes, it is so hard. And you can watch YouTube videos about here's how I cut this tire off. It is a nightmare doing it, and it's I've done it before. I don't like doing it, and it is nice if I have somebody that can balance the tire as well. I can spend $150 to buy the equipment for the balancer, for the tire changer, and it's you're not going to get your money back. You can just get somebody to do it for like $20 a tire. And you provide the tires, you provide the tubes as well. I don't even provide the tubes anymore. My guy sells me the tubes for like $7 or $8, and they normally have the vintage um, valve stem, so it looks terrific. Um, so okay, the next video I have, we will be working on cleaning the bike. And again, I'm going to try to show absolutely everything too. So it's everything I have here is pretty much in real time. I can normally break a bike down in perhaps 3 or 4 hours. This one was really hard, and because everything is really rusty, but I also went very, very slowly, just detailing everything, and I was actually taking my time. It is, but we are really 20% of the way there, and the fun stuff really is now, and it is in the upcoming videos. We will be going in detail, the cylinders, the heads, the pistons, the rings, the transmission, and it's funny because it is probably 80% of the work is cleaning, prepping, and painting and clear coating. That is really like 80% of what's left. So 80% of the 80%, which is 64%, is really that. So I mean, we're going to take our time doing that. So it's going to look pristine, and it's going to be go finish that. It's supposed to protect against the sun. So hopefully it does. My bikes don't stay outside anyway, but it will be an incredibly hard finish. So I have one bike, I have one frame right now that's another project to build. I have an engine on the shelf back there for an 850, and I actually had the frame powder coated. A buddy of mine powder coated it for me, and it looks beautiful. I'm on the fence. I haven't installed anything yet on it. Um, I did put plugs in the holes so that it's going to be easier for me to get the screws in, but uh, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I want to see how it works. So that'll be actually my next project. I'm going to be building that, and that will be it'll look kind of cool. It's going to have like a red tank and silver fenders. So that looks pretty good. So, okay, the next video, we're going to start by working on the frame and hopefully getting the frame, getting the center stand ready, and working on the front forks. So, thank you for watching.